Let's talk about the cosmic weather for this week. We are currently in October of the late October. We're almost at Halloween. And what is so fascinating about how these cycles and seasons work is that there is no mistaking any of it. The astrological season all indicates the themes that we're all interested in. In the previous episode of Charmed Life, someone asked, "Why do you think we have this connection to death and transition and everything around Halloween? Why did we put this there?" Well, think about it. At least in the northern hemisphere, the landscape, foliage, trees, everything is actually in a dematerialization or a death and dying process. And so, of course, that is the sense that we're picking up. Now, from the below, we have the as above. So this is as above, so below. And we are in this week around Halloween, or Samhain, as it is in the Celtic and my ancestral culture. We are in the I Ching, or the human design sun gate of gate 28, which is the game player, and it's going to transition to gate 44 late Thursday, right before Halloween. So gate 28, leading up to this, the game player has this, or the preponderance of the great. What this is all about is the energy of confronting meaning in the face of mortality. What? That's what this actual sun gate is like. Before we knew anything about what gate 28 and human design, or the I Ching, and how it plotted the sun, this is what we all agreed upon. So the energy of confronting meaning in the face of mortality, it invites us to have the courage to live fully, to find purpose in uncertainty. Purpose in uncertainty, that is almost paradoxical. It's like superpositioning, and superpositioning means that you are in two places at once. You have two realities at once. You are the positive and negative energy creating a big bang. It's a collective focus on depth, on risk, and on existential themes. And this is perfectly aligned with this late October and the thinning of the veil that we all feel, right? Needing to face uncertainty, needing to face our illusion of mortality. Now, the challenge here with this gate 28 is the fear of meaninglessness versus the joy of fully engaging with life's mystery. Mm, that's what gate 28 is all about. Like I said, we're going to be in this gate, this sun gate, until about late Thursday in my time zone. And we've been in it for about a week. These sun gates are 6 to 8 days. So that's gate 28. Then right before Halloween, gate 44 kicks in, and this one is coming to meet. That's what the hexagram name of it is. And it begins, well, I guess it begins October 31st. I think it begins between Thursday evening and Friday morning, depending on where you are. So this is an energetic shift toward ancestral awareness, intuition, and recognition of patterns from the past. Right, all super aligned with the Dia de los Muertos, as it's called in the Latin culture, about inviting your ancestors so that you can honor them and you can move forward the karmic cycles. It's the sense of meeting the unseen, including that ancestral memory and any karmic cycles that you are advancing and completing and learning from. And by the way, I want to say that the last three gates, including 44, 28, and the ones just prior, which I think was 23, I forget the numbers sometimes. I remember the themes, but I forget the numbers. They're all in the Spleen Center on the body graph of human design. And the Spleen Center is the oldest, most primal awareness center. And it is the center of fear, which can be also healthy fear, like the fear of confronting the unseen or the unknown, confronting meaninglessness so that you can have meaning and purpose. These are the energies to lean into at this time. It's a beautiful, rich time. It encourages discernment. It's the time to welcome forward what we release. It's symbolically the gathering of spirits energy. And this can be the spirits of, the out there, but also the spirits of within. This is calling us into the place to reconcile, to find the fears that are ready. They want to be taken out. So with the two of these connecting the two, we have gate 28 facing mortality, and then gate 44 meeting our ancestors. And they form this continuum of the fear of death to the communion with our lineage and our existential moving forward. And this is this week's cosmological weather. It's inviting us to have courage. Remember, courage, the root word for courage, the root of the syllable C-O-U-R is heart. This means the action from the heart. Remembrance. Remembrance means to bring back members of your person, members of your ancestral line, members of what you have learned, whether it is in this incarnation or a previous or in a future one, to bring your remembrance back into form. Remember who you are and to reconnect, to allow you to live fully, passionately, fluidly with purpose, while also honoring the unseen that walks beside us, that forges the path before us, because the unseen is here to also honor us and to help us. And yes, we do have to sometimes clear our fears of that which is unseen, that which is ahead, or even that which is in the past that we feel we can't see anymore. That's what this season is about. These are the energies. I encourage you to lean into them, do extra journaling, have some kind of a ritual. And to that end, I actually have a beautiful ritual experience happening in Modern Mystic Life. If you're listening to this anytime around the season, on October 30th at 4 p.m. Pacific, we have a Samhain celebration and also Ancestral Ascension. There's going to be journeying. We're going to have a ritual where you're encouraged to bring a candle, a stone, and an herb, and it's going to be amazing. And if you're listening to this sometime outside of that, check the description anyway, because Modern Mystic Life, we have 2 live meetings every month and a huge catalog of meditations and esoteric workshops at your disposal on demand right now. Carson, what do you think about all of this? Isn't it amazing?
Just gonna ask about Thursday. Is it any herb, any candle, any crystal? What you're drawn to?
Absolutely. I think that that's what's important. And I did a ritual yesterday, and I was drawn to oregano and bay leaf, and that's what I had for my ritual yesterday. Yeah.
Second question, in case anyone is like me, where I'm like, oh, I have gate 28 and 44. Is it similar to when we go through different astrology? Like if you're a Virgo and it's and whatever, we're going to feel it differently than someone who does it is in a different sign. Do we feel it differently if we are open or defined in a certain gate, when that gate comes in?
I think it's a kind of yes and, right? I think if you do have an activation there, meaning that that gate is defined in your body graph, that you're going to have a special relationship with it, a sort of tenderness. You know, I have gate 19, 3 different placements in my chart, and I feel it. I feel it a very strong. I feel it very viscerally. And then, you know, your sun gate, which is the gate of your birthday, you know, so of course we all feel that, right? And it's not just because you celebrate your birthday, you feel it, right? You feel that energy when you're in that time. So yeah, you'll have a connection to it that's different, but everything, what the gene keys are and what the gates of human design are, they mirror our actual, our genome, the human genome. And so it basically is like epigenetics shows us that it's how we respond to our genealogical code. It isn't that you do have this gene or you don't have that gene. We can activate, deactivate, respond, you know what I mean? And yet there are strong preponderances to the ones that are those defined or activated ones too. So yeah. Does that make sense?
Very. And I would imagine if you don't have that affinity to it, maybe it feels actually extra intense because it's not an energy you're used to feeling all the time. And you're like, oh, I'm going to delve into this. This feels different. And so you're like turned on. And so each way, it's like.
Exactly. Yeah. You might feel more magnetized to it because you want to taste it, because it's not something that's always just a part of you. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's what's happening this week. So get in there and do some, like I said, journaling, lean into some ritual, and have fun and be someone else. That's the other thing that's really cool about our traditions here, right? Let's try it. Let's try our shadow side out, and let's try and embrace it. Happy Halloween and happy Samhain.